Good evening. This is Grandmaster Dennis Bivens bringing you episode number 5 of Fight Back with Mushin. In this episode, we'll be seeing techniques from some of our young people. They'll be doing techniques that involve throws, locks, and takedowns. Also submissions. With our older students, we'll be doing the same practical techniques with a lot more fluidity, hopefully. With all that said, let's get started. Moving right along, we have Liam and Mr. Figueroa. Once they get the hand situation straightened out, we'll see a chest strike with the forearm. Done quickly enough, the opponent will not have enough time to retaliate. Here we have a Hanagoshi again, hip toss with an arm break. Here we have Sylvester and Liam. They'll be doing the arm bar, choke, and throw. Done a little differently than the adults, but still effective. Coming up here, you have myself and James. We'll be doing about 10 different techniques, mainly as a filler for your enjoyment. Wrist lock, unconventional wrist lock, leg sweep, roll them over, standing wrist lock. This one is a killer and self-explanatory. Dangerous technique. Radial nerve attack. Head spin, arm bar on the ground. Radial nerve strike, hammer lock, grabbing the throat, and sweep. Takedown with an arm break. James is very good at these techniques. He's been a student of mine for the past, going on 4 years now. When he was a little guy, he started with me. These are finger breaks. Gooseneck, locking it up, sweeping, and takedown. Fingertip to the chest plate. Very painful. Grabbing the throat, takedown, and stomp. Toast technique. Again, with a reverse arm bar on the ground, breaking the arm. Of course, I didn't really break his arm. Coming up next, we have myself and Troy, and we'll be doing a strike to the face for distraction. What's next? Strike to the face, again for distraction. Okay, I think we finally got it right. Here we go again. Strike to the ribs, strike to the face. Arm bar, pulling the head back. And normally this is finished with a wedge hand strike to the throat, but for some reason we didn't get that far. Again, here we have Liam, who's going to be doing a technique that involves a backhand strike to the face. For distraction again. Come on, get it right. 1, 2, 3. This was formerly called L. There we go. The only thing is, with the backhand strike to the face, you want to hear a pop. And unfortunately, we don't have the sound for the technique, but believe me, he really popped them good. I think it's on the next pass where he really pops them. A very effective distraction. The backhand strike to the face, and then followed by the head throw. Nicely done. Maybe you can see the reaction from this gigantic pop. Not yet. Again, a very effective technique. These techniques basically require not a lot of strength. It's all about technique. I think this might be the pop. Unfortunately, you won't be able to hear it, but maybe you'll see the reaction for it. No, that's not it either. Oh well. Moving right along. And Mr. Figueroa. Come on, Sylvester, do something. Arm grab. Oh, he's learning a throw here. Unfortunately, he's doing it wrong, but he'll get it eventually. It's going to be a throw over the extended right leg. Not yet. I think after a few dirty looks, I think he might get it. No, not yet. There we go. Swing that left leg back. I don't think he does it. Oh, he did do it. But it's a good idea not to go down with your opponent. But again, he's learning. Don't go down with the opponent unless you're prepared to do a finishing technique once you both go down. In any case, moving right along, here we go. Myself and James. The same technique. Notice the legs. Over the leg. Called Kaya Tosh is the name of the technique. Knee to the ribs for a submission. Fingertip behind the ear for an added submission. Okay, we're going to try it again with Mr. Figueroa and Sylvester. Maybe this time he'll stick the leg out and swing the left leg back at the same time. Coming up, some serious techniques now. His Grandmaster, Mr. Pelton, with a over the arms chest strike. Chest forearm strike. Boom. Or under the arm with a forearm strike. These techniques we developed, and we're still working on them, so it's a work in progress. Ippon Serenagi, one arm shoulder throw. Very nicely done. by Grandmaster. When it's done correctly, it's a beautiful thing to watch. Here we have an over-the-shoulder wrist lock throw, done cordon style. Over-the-shoulder wrist lock throw away. This technique involves a butterfly block with a strike to the rib, step through, sweep the leg up for the takedown. Now, doing this particular technique, we decided to add something to it. You'll see a little bit later. We're always evolving with our techniques. They work as done, but we add something to it to make it even more effective. Grandmaster here is a true technician. And is also a stickler for authenticity. There's the butterfly block, the strike, and the sweep. Now that you think would be enough. The person's taken down after being struck in the ribs. But you think that was enough? No way. Now he's saying to himself, what else can I do? Maybe I need a little help from Grandmaster Bivens. Possibly. Let me see the strike. Grabbing the collar. Stepping through. No, not that way. Not that way. The other way. There you go. Okay. Now we got it set up. Here we go again. Strike. Step across. With this technique, you really don't need the collar grab. You can just raise the arm, step across, and complete the throw. This throw, by the way, is done with a wrist lock twist. So it doesn't look as simple as it appears. You're in pain with a wrist lock twist. Beautifully done. As I said, he's a technician. He's also a weapons expert, if anyone has ever seen him work with weapons. But for now, we're doing jiu-jitsu techniques. Beautifully done. That's what it looks like with our modifications. Yes. Okay. Moving right along. Kumiuchi technique, trip out, strike. Kumiuchi, collar and elbow tie up. Basic jiu-jitsu hold. Collar, elbow. Leg sweep, takedown, punch. Looks beautiful when done correctly, and it's done correctly here. Nicely done. Moving right along, Mr. Pelton and myself, I'm going to be doing eventually a compression strike, but right now we're experimenting with strikes to the throat with a wedge hand. Once we figure out how to enter. Block, moving the hand out of the way, and there's the compression strike to the throat. Doing this technique, I thought about another technique, which we'll be doing in one moment here, called a compression strike. This involves an outside block, punch to the rib, moving the arm out of the way, step in, strike the temple and the jaw, making a loud noise. An elbow to the face for the takedown. You really have to see this done fast to appreciate its effectiveness. And we're still working on it, but we'll give it a try, see what it looks like. Block, punch, arm sweep, double strike, elbow. There we go. Once again, block, punch, arm sweep, double strike, elbow strike, arm break. Okay, you're in for a treat now. This is what I call a speedo. This guy, Grandmaster Cordon, is so fast, you wouldn't think there would be any other additional techniques to do with this particular technique. But again, we improvised. I forgot the name that he calls this technique. I call it the speedo. You would think that would be enough. Double block, backhand, punch. What else could there be? I don't know. Punch to the face, punch to the groin area, punch to the rib. Let's see if we can come up with something to add to this particular technique. After a little deliberation, we decided on this. Bam! Beautifully done. I love this technique. I wish it was one of mine. Actually, it is. It's one of ours. Well, when it's done correctly, it's a beautiful thing to see. In fact, I like to see it again. Knee to the midsection and the throwaway. I call this one the throwaway. Block, strike, headlock, knee to the ribs or midsection and throwaway. That's Grandmaster Cordon, everybody. 10th degree black belt. Weapons expert. That's one mean little guy. Moving right along, we have the two-hand grab. Many ways to get out of a two-hand grab. This is one of Grandmaster's techniques. A front two-hand grab and an escape. Now we're moving, I believe, to a rear two-hand grab. This is beautifully done. Doesn't that technique look familiar? The bent arm throw. Again, from the opposite direction. You can see both sides in the mirror. Nice. I love it. Now here's the technique with a little modification. And I think a lot more pain. Yeah. Yes. Moving right along, we have Mr. Pelton again with the Grandmaster. Doing an escape from a grab. As you can see with a thumb technique, when you're up on your toes like that, you know you're in pain. Arm trap, or rather hand trap, thumb grab, gooseneck, an unconventional gooseneck. Armbar to the takedown. Moving right along. Crossbody block, control, armbar down. This is a 2 shoulder break, face rake, rollout. This is the one that Mr. Pelton got up from that. Again, lock, armbar takedown, step across, rake the shoulder blades, pull across, rake the face, roll out. And he got up again. Amazing, huh? Here we have 2 Grandmasters. Very rare to see this. But, as I said before, we're innovative. You hardly ever see a Grandmaster being thrown by a student, but again, innovation. When you're teaching and learning new techniques, you have to put egos aside. Not that we have egos, but we want to show everything. To prove that even Grandmasters don't know everything about martial arts. Here we go with a punch, wrist lock throw. Step, turn, arm break. Now, Grandmaster Cordon adds a little something to it with a hop doing the arm break. It's not only effective, but it looks good. Of course, he doesn't do it on me, he does it on Mr. Pelton coming up. But the technique is there. Very, very effective. That hurt so much I can hardly get up. Here we go. Now watch this hop. There you go. Not only looks good, it adds power to the arm break. The throw, step over, arm break. Here, Mr. Pelton and myself, we're going to be doing a hip-on turn, shoulder throw, hip toss rather, Hana gauche, with a reverse armbar on the ground for the submission. Once again, block, over the shoulder throw, come on, reverse armbar on the ground, pressure on the elbow, causing the submission. Here again, Grandmaster and Mr. Pelton, they're doing the same technique basically. Look how smooth Mr. Pelton and Grandmaster work together. Yes, very nice. He adds that special touch to a technique. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll be watching out for our next episode, episode 6 of Fight Back with Movement. Until then, this is Grandmaster Dennis Bivens saying good night and train hard.